This is Theo Goodman from dgenbet.com. Going ahead and going to get some picks going for the August 25th fight, UFC Fight Night 135. Let's check it out. In the main event, I am not going to make a pick right now, but I am leaning Justin. And even though Vic does have some reach advantage and is definitely better on the ground, Justin has taken a lot of damage, but I don't know. I think that somehow he's going to get a KO of Vic, and people are going to be really surprised. And I think these odds are disrespectful here at 2.5, but it's not my favorite pick of the card. So I'm going to go on. My favorite pick of the card is Courtney Casey to beat Angela Hill. I think Courtney Casey is better is better everywhere except for kicking, I guess. Angela Hill is primarily a striker and primarily has to move backwards in a lot of her fights and counter strike. She's gotten more aggressive. She's definitely improved. That being said, Casey is a lot stronger. So anytime it goes into the clinch, that's going to be a problem. And Casey is going to be kind of following her around, but I think Casey is better at cutting off the octagon as opposed to someone like Andrade. So you had Hill against Andrade, and Andrade really follows and couldn't beat Hill, but couldn't really land some powerful strikes on her like I thought she could, because she couldn't cut off the octagon from Angela Hill. But I think Courtney Casey is going to be able to do that. Casey has some really good wrestling too, and she has knockout power. Casey also has something to prove. She talks a lot about fighter unions, and she feels disrespected from the UFC. Here's a perfect chance for her to make a big statement against Angela Hill that gets hyped from the UFC, wears these outfits at weigh-ins and, really plays to the crowd. I get that, you've got to have fans and stuff, but this is a perfect setup for Casey to just knock her out. Maybe even if Casey gets a decision, that would be a good statement for her to beat Angela Hill. And it's the co-main event too, even though it is a fight night. Also, another pick that I really like that's already getting bet is Michael Johnson to beat Andre Fili. I think these odds could be even lower for Johnson. They could be 1.5 or lower. I think that it's clear that Johnson gets this done. Johnson, I think, is still an underrated striker. He's very fast. He's got very good wrestling. Andre Fili is just not dangerous enough for Michael Johnson, I think. What is he going to do? I don't see him really being dangerous for Michael Johnson anywhere except for counter-striking and backing up, almost like the Angela Hill-Casey matchup, except they're dudes. And Michael Johnson is really fast. I don't understand these odds at all, actually. So I think there's definitely value in Michael Johnson at 1.7. Look at this, 1.76 at penny. That's definitely worth hitting, I think. And the same thing with Casey, 2.15 at 5 times, 2.18 at sports bet. Those are really good lines. And as far as, I think if you wanted to bet Johnson, probably go ahead and see what you can get, because I don't think there's going to be a ton of money pouring in on Andre Fili. I don't see why, I just don't see that happening. I could see a little bit of bets coming in on Angela Hill, but I would probably go ahead and lock in both of these if you have the chance. I think it's definitely worth it. There's definitely value in those odds. I don't understand, even though before the odds came out, I wanted to bet on Brian Bam Bam Barina, but these odds are crap, and I don't understand how Jake Ellenberger is a 4.5 underdog. So if you wanted to YOLO an underdog on this card, Jake Ellenberger is definitely a live dog. I don't see, there's a lot of ways he could win that fight. And I think these odds are really out of hand. So if you had to pick a big underdog on this card, Jake Ellenberger is not a bad one, I think, on this one. He could definitely, get a decision win on that fight, I think. So that's not my favorite pick on there, but if it just pops out to me because the odds are really out of hand, in my opinion. So my two official picks for now are Michael Johnson over Andre Philly. Get it at 1.7 or higher if you can. And Courtney Casey to beat Angela Hill. You can get at 2.18, 2.15. So those are both really viable odds, I think, on both fights. All right, that's all for right now. Give me a subscribe, thumbs up. This is Theo Goodman from dgenbet.com. Thanks for watching.